When thinking about reasons for moving to a new area, it's good to hear what the locals think. So I'm updating my pro and con list of living and working in Houston, Texas from a few years ago, as it's an ever-changing place to be. A couple of things have stayed the same over the years. Houston is still one of the most diverse places in the U.S., has a thriving economy, and for such a large place to live, it's a great place to be. And like last time, I'm going to start with the downside because I really like to end on a high note. So let's just get to it. For me, the biggest con is the endless traffic and construction on the roads. The city is growing so fast, it just seems that our infrastructure cannot keep up with the need for more road space, which creates a ton of traffic. Because of the massive urban sprawl, most people drive cars to get just about everywhere. And while we do have a bus system that goes out to the suburbs, that's really about it. All of our other public transport, like the Metro Light Rail system, is limited to services inside the loop in downtown communities. Still in the number 2 position is the weather, especially this year. We had an unusual winter storm that I'm sure everybody heard about in 2021, and the state was just not ready for it. And now we're currently in a drought. It seems like after living here most of my life, we go through a drought about every 11 to 12 years, with the last one being in 2011. And let's not forget those tropical storms and hurricanes, which have been known to wreak havoc on the city and its citizens. But if you like warm weather and outdoor activities, this is a great place to be. Typically, our winters are short and mild, no shoveling snow here, and the heat usually only lasts 2 to 3 months out of the year. And surprisingly, a downside to living in Houston is taxes. Yep, you heard me. I know a lot of people think of Texas as being a low tax place to live because we don't have state income tax, but they sure make up for it in other ways. Our sales tax is 8.25%, one of the highest sales taxes in the country. And while we do not pay state property taxes, we do pay local, county, and school property taxes. Honestly though, other than that, I can't think of another thing that I would consider a con compared to other large cities. So let's move on to the reasons Houston's a great place to live and work. In the first position is the cost of living. Even with the crazy real estate market we just experienced and double-digit gains in value, Houston is still an affordable place to buy or rent a home. The median sales price of a home in the metro area as of May 2022 is $314,000, according to the Houston Area Realtor Association. And the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,624 a month. And according to online publisher Visual Capitalist, Houston is ranked number 1 in the world for local purchasing power. According to the report, Houston has 73% more local purchasing power than New York City. And they go on to say Houston's overall cost of living is 36% lower than New York City and 16% lower than LA. Another great reason to live and work in Houston is the job market and opportunity. No matter who you are and what your education level may be, there's a job here for you. Houston has more Fortune 500 companies than any other city besides New York City. Houston's economy continues to stay robust because it has so many industries, from hospitality, construction, engineering, medical, you name it. There's no lack of opportunity here. Pro number 3, Houston is the most diverse city in the nation. You'll not find an ethnic majority here. Nearly 1 in 4 residents are foreign-born, and there are more than 145 languages spoken. Because Houston is a true melting pot, you will find a cultural mosaic of restaurants, shops, neighborhoods, and festivals that reflect its many global influences. And if you like to be on the go and do fun things, Houston has so much in the way of entertainment. With 4 professional sports teams and arenas, the 2nd largest theater district in the nation next to Broadway, museums galore, and the best restaurant scene around, there's not a lack of things to do. The diversity of the city drives the food scene, festivals, and other cultural events. So no matter what you enjoy in the way of entertainment, you're sure to find it here. In the 4th position, another plus I'd like to point out is our medical care. With the largest medical complex in the world, the Texas Medical Center is at the forefront of advancing life sciences. It is the home to some of the brightest minds in research and medicine. The medical center currently covers 2 square miles in the heart of the city. It has 21 separate hospitals along with teaching and research institutions. It serves more than 10 million patients a year, making health care more accessible in Houston than other cities. If you like the outdoors, as of 2022, there is more than 66,000 acres of parkland and 580 parks in the Houston area, according to the Trust for Public Land. And since that time, more green space has been and is being added. Memorial Park is currently undergoing an expansion with the land bridge, and it's just about complete. The 150 miles of bayous that run throughout the Houston area are being transformed into linear parks with hike and bike trails. Once these projects are complete, 60% of Houstonians will live within 1.5 miles of bayou green space. And let's not forget the Houston spirit and Texas culture. It's important when looking at a great place to live to also look at its people. I'm sure most people would want to be in a community with great people that are strong and resilient. This community is just that. When disaster strikes, like with Hurricane Harvey, everyone pulls together and helps one another. And Houston's diversity adds to Texas's already unique culture. You'll not find a city of this size and feel so at home. It's the biggest small town in the country. So if you're thinking about moving to Houston, Texas, and you're not sure where to start, be sure to reach out and click the link by clicking the link below. I would love to help you find the perfect place to live within our great city. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.